Charlie Pekarek. I'm 66 years old. I've been a member of the Y this time for about 4 years, but if you go way back, I've been a member of the Y for maybe 40 years. Go back to Pennsylvania. So off and on, I've been a member of the Y a long time.
And what was your, so you said, so you're from Pennsylvania?
Well, actually born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. But my first exposure to the Y was getting my children into swimming programs at a very early age in Pennsylvania, and I was very grateful to get them to learn how to swim, so I could feel confident that they would be safe around water. This time around, it was for exercise for me as a senior. 8 years ago, I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now, and I needed to do something about it, or I wasn't going to be around much longer. And I went to a weight loss doctor, and he was urging me to exercise, and I was ignoring him. And then a member of my congregation, who's a paraplegic, said to me, "Charlie, I'm concerned you're not getting enough exercise." Well, when a paraplegic talks to you, he has moral authority and you listen. So he got me to visit New Step, which is an Ann Arbor company, and it turns out the Y has several New Step machines. So I joined the Y, and I've been using those machines for the last 4 years. And
what does that machine do?
well, it's an aerobic trainer, really. Your arms are going, your legs are going, and it's an aerobic workout. And it exercises the heart, among other parts of your body, and it's helped me take off more weight and helped me be healthier.
So you said you were a 40-year member. I mean, you had back in Cleveland, Pennsylvania. What was the nature of your involvement in the Y then?
Well, then in Pennsylvania, it was more or less for my kids and for family swim. So it was a chance for me to bond with my children. And then I did some.
How old are your kids?
My kids are now in their 30s, and I have one grandchild who is now swimming with his father. He's 1, and he's swimming with his father here. So it goes on.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that.
Now, did the Y, so is there a particular kind of experience that you had that, I mean, you said you lost 100 pounds, so you were 100 pounds heavy, but is there anything else that the Y kind of help you with, help you work through, coming here and being able to work out?
Well, there's a group of us who, the Y opens at 5:30 in the morning.
That's right.
And there's a group of us who show up at between 5 and 5:30 and shoot the breeze down in the lobby. I call us the Y Insomniacs. And some people come that early because they want to exercise before they go to work. Some of us are retired and we come just for the camaraderie. I could come later in the day because I'm retired, but somehow if I don't go early, I won't go. So I go early and kind of get out of the way. Plus, I enjoy seeing these people. Plus, it's a time when there are less people here, so you've got more the run of the place. So,
yeah. Yeah, it's bad when it's really congested.
Yeah, so it's like it's our time, and we keep up with each other and find out how each other is doing. And it's a little club that meets early in the morning.
Yeah. How did you? So you said you were 100 pounds heavier. So when you were that weight, were you not going to the Y at that point?
Right. I wasn't exercising much at all, and everything was more difficult. And as you age, you lose muscle, no matter what. So the muscle that remains has more work to do, and if it's lugging around all that extra weight, it gets tired. So it's harder to get out of bed. It's harder to stand up out of a chair. It's harder to walk down the street. It's harder to walk out to your car. Um, so you do less. So your life is less. So so basically you're shortchanging yourself. Um,
So what was it like those first? I mean, you get back into the swing of things, and how do you feel those first few weeks? You know, getting acclimated, exercising again.
well, it's kind of liberating and exhausting at the same time. But exercise releases endorphins that make you feel great. It's almost like a drug that your body produces, but it is tiring, but not very, in fairly quick time, you become more able to do it. So you just have to be careful not to overdo it, especially when you get older. The tendency is to want to go pedal to the metal and exceed your capacity, and that's not too smart either.
So, so I noticed that why story you.
Well, I had an accident. I was riding a motorcycle when I was 20 years old, and I was in the military, and I spent a year in the hospital. And then I carried this bum leg around for 27 years, and then had an amputation in 1994. So
So you were just walking on a.
I was walking on a very bad leg, yeah, and that made. Actually, I'm much more mobile now that I'm an amputee, and I'm also very tall, so that means a lot of the machines that are here are not sized for a person as big as me or as tall as me. But the new step works out great.
So that's something where I would imagine, you know, how long were you using just a leg that was totally not
27 years.
27 years.
My children had never seen me without a limp.
Wow.
They barely recognized me when I started walking on my prosthetic without a limp.
So did you know that whole time, man, I should probably get around to getting that?
No, I didn't actually. If I had, I might have pushed for it. But I kind of the way my mind works is kind of play the hand that's dealt you. So I thought that was just my fate, my karma. You know, you have a bad leg, you live with it. Actually in '94 I got an infection that kept getting worse, and they couldn't heal it. And so that's when the amputation kind of came around. And
In 1994.
yeah. So now I've been 18 years an amputee. If I had any idea it would have been this good, I'd have gone after it sooner.
Yeah. Now, do you have to? I'm just curious. You know, do you have to sort of reacquaint? I mean, obviously, it's not something that comes naturally. That's something that has to be learned. You have to learn how to use the prosthetic leg. What kind of process was that like, and did the Y play into that as well?
No, actually, that's basically physical therapy, and they have people that specialize in basically teaching you how to use stairs and how to walk and how to use cane and crutches and things like that.